Welcome back. In this video, I'm gonna cover all the things you could get up to in Miami if maybe you are short on time and maybe you don't know where to start. I had just 24 hours in this amazing city, and here's my guide for you. We're starting in Miami Beach on Ocean Drive. Ocean Drive is famous for its Art Deco buildings, mostly low-rise hotels, with most having bars and restaurants on the ground floor. Miami Beach is world-renowned for its trendy hotels, stunning beach, and varied nightlife. Ocean Drive runs parallel to South Beach. With the beach you can see, it stretches for miles. And so this area is great to walk along, with many points of interest along the way. We'll come back to the beach later. There was an architectural boom here in the 1930s, and the buildings from that period, built in the Art Deco style, form this historic area known as the Art Deco District. Here is the Calle Hotel. It's one of the symbols of the Art Deco district of Miami Beach, as it's one of the oldest, dating back to 1935. Some famous names have stayed here, including Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr. The Cadillac parked out front is a tribute to the movie Scarface, in which the hotel was a backdrop. Ocean Drive is a popular day and night destination with many bars and restaurants, but one iconic place to check out is the Palace Bar and Restaurant, known for its drag performances. It is the premier LGBT venue in South Beach. They have drag brunches in the day and evening performances. It's also a restaurant, so you can book for dinner. Definitely worth a visit. The entertainment was great. Just remember to bring some cash to show your appreciation for the performers. Also on Ocean Drive is the Villa Casa Casuarina. This beautiful building was built in 1930 in the Mediterranean Revival style, so it doesn't match its Art Deco neighbors. It's famous because it was once the home of fashion designer Gianni Versace. He hosted lots of his famous friends here, and then in the 90s, he was tragically killed here too, on the steps outside. But we get to admire the building's opulent detail, as fortunately for us, the current owners run it as a hotel and restaurant. The restaurant is called Johnny's at the former Versace Mansion. It's in the pool and garden area, which wasn't part of the original building, but Versace bought the property next door and styled this pool area. The tables are shaded and the pool makes a gorgeous backdrop with 24-karat gold mosaic tiles. It's called the 1,000 Mosaic Pool. It's an awesome backdrop to have lunch. If you stay at the hotel, you're welcome to use this pool too. Well, it's the hotel pool. Stunning. Everyone wanted to take photos, as you can imagine. The food at the restaurant for lunch, there's a reasonably priced 3-course fixed menu, or you can order a la carte. All the courses were well presented and nicely seasoned, and so overall I can recommend this experience for your visit. We cross the road to get to the beach. South Beach's wide sandy stretch of sand and nice wide pathways. There are a lot of outdoor recreation areas, like Lummis Park. It has the public outdoor gym, Muscle Beach. It's open in the daytime and free for anyone to use. Also, beach volleyball courts. South Beach is the southernmost section of the long beach that stretches up and down Miami Beach, and bar none, it is a must-see on your visit. It's expansive. Be prepared to walk a ways before reaching the water. An iconic symbol of Miami Beach is the lifeguard towers. There are 36 towers dotted up and down Miami Beach. Each is individually designed, really colorful and eye-catching, as well as life-saving. We've walked as far south as you can go on Miami Beach. This is South Pointe Park, and the pier here is a great way to see even more. It's 450 feet, 137 meters long, a popular spot for fishing, catching a breeze, and admiring the views. Appreciate just how far the beach stretches up the coast. And views of Fisher Island, which is ultra exclusive. I'll show you some other islands for the rich and famous later in the video. But here is another reason to come down here. It's for some cruise ship spotting. Miami is one of the busiest cruise ports in the world, and I find it fascinating to watch the parade of them leave the port and out to sea. This happens from late afternoon to early evening every day. Let me know in the comments if you've sailed on any of these cruise ships, or would like to. It's evening now. Still in Miami Beach, a short walk from Ocean Drive is Espanola Way. This is a street with a real Spanish feel. Full of restaurants along this pedestrian street, it's got a great vibe. Busy and lively and lit up. Whether just walking around or looking to sit somewhere, there's lots of restaurants to choose from. Mostly Italian or Spanish, but also sushi, Mexican. You can take your pick. I'm going to delve into transport a little bit. There's this monorail system called the Metro Mover, and it's entirely free to use. The limitation is it doesn't cover that much ground, only the downtown and Brickell areas, no further up than 15th Street, no Miami Beach. But since a lot of the attractions are in downtown, this is a neat way to get around. From shopping in Brickell neighborhood to catching your boat tour from Bayside Marketplace, for example. We'll cover that boat tour later in the video. Another cost-effective option to get around is a hop-on, hop-off bus. This covers a lot more ground and includes this breezy but amazing drive over the Julia Tuttle Causeway, crossing Biscayne Bay from Miami Beach to downtown. There's stops at some key spots, the Wynwood Walls, Bayside Marketplace, and viewing lots of the downtown, seeing that iconic skyline from up close. And recorded commentary to tell you what you were looking at and how the city has developed. We're now in Little Havana, which is a neighborhood on the mainland side of Miami, and one of the stops on the hop-on, hop-off bus if you choose that. Little Havana gets its name from being the main settlement area for Cuban immigrants in the 1960s. It's now the cultural capital for all things Cuban, with many coffee houses, restaurants, museums, art galleries, cigar makers, and bars playing Latin music. The main street to find on your visit is Calle Ocho, or 8th Street, to find all of those things. Gift shops, cigar makers, and Cuban restaurants. You can go in one of the many cigar factories. Even if you have no interest in smoking one, you can see them being made on site or buy a box to take home as a souvenir. These hand-rolled cigars are a specialty. This bar is well known on Calle Ocho, and the live band helped us find it. The Ball and Chain has all-day live music, jazz or Latin. This bar's history goes back to 1935, so even before the area became known as Little Havana. But now it's one of the most popular spots for live music. If you're enjoying this video, please remember to give it a like, it really helps the channel. And also, you can subscribe to the channel to keep up with where I go next. The Ball and Chain is definitely the most popular place. You can take in the atmosphere while sipping a world-famous ball and chain mojito, or relax in one of the many other bars along the street. Also on Calle Ocho is Domino Park, for locals only, where members can be seen playing dominoes. A tradition here going back since the Cubans started to arrive. It's pretty high stakes apparently. We'll try not to disturb the players too much, and instead pretend to admire this mural of world leaders from a summit in 1994. Now, lots of Miami is on the waterfront, and I'm going to take you to Bayside, another must-see while in Miami. Bayside is on the mainland in downtown Miami. It's a large marina market area with lots of bars, restaurants, shopping, nightlife. A great buzz day or night. Along the water's edge, it's lined with bars and restaurants, for casual dining mostly. All lively, all playing music. In the distance, you can see the observation wheel, Sky Views Miami. Walking towards it, you can see we are spoiled for choice here in Bayside Marketplace. Sky Views Miami. It takes you up over 200 feet, offering views of Bayside Marketplace, Bayfront Park, Biscayne Bay, and the iconic Miami skyline. It's around $25 per person for 15 minutes ride. Besides bars and restaurants, there is plenty of shopping here too in Bayside Marketplace. And of course, there's the marina. All the venues we walked past earlier get good views of the marina, and it is nice to be on the water's edge. Launching from here are various boat tours and experiences. Even this one, a floating tiki bar. But what I recommend is taking a tour that goes out into the bay and explores the many man-made islands on Biscayne Bay. I recommend it because taking a boat tour, you get to see so much more than what you can see from land. This boat tour takes you up close to the private residences of the super rich. You can see the current or former residences of stars like Ricky Martin, David and Victoria Beckham, and Gloria Estefan. This tour was 1.5 hours, so it's easy to fit in even if you only have a day in Miami. It had live commentary and cost around $32, but you can get it bundled with the hop-on hop-off bus for the best value. It's stunning examples of what money can buy, but there's so much more to the tour than just gawking at rich people's homes. Okay, this is a bit further afield. We've come to the Everglades and Sawgrass Recreation Park. So, if you have more than 24 hours, or if it won't be your first visit to Miami and want something different, this is something I can suggest. We're taking an airboat tour and hoping to spot some alligators in their natural habitat. You'll want to book this in advance, and there are tour operators that will include your transportation from Miami. It's about an hour's drive from the city. Skipping on top of the water in an airboat is a cool, albeit noisy experience. The local guide is explaining about the habitat, and they know the best places to spot the alligators depending on the time of day after studying their habits here for so long. Back on dry land, Sawgrass Recreation Park also has an observation area for animals in their protection. There's quite a bit on offer, a bit like a zoo, including some demonstrations and up-close encounters. Head over to the channel for my full tour and review of Sawgrass Recreation Park. Definitely check that out before deciding if you're going to visit the Everglades as part of your Miami visit. There should be just enough time to fit in a snack. There's a little snack restaurant on site, the Gator Grill, which, surprising to me, had alligator on the menu. But it's nearly time to board our transport back to Miami. Near to the Miami Beach drop-off is the Miami Beach Botanical Garden. Open 6 days a week. Closed on Monday, it's free to enter. It's an extremely pleasant place to walk around. Plenty of shade on a sunny day. And many different flora species from around the world are here. It's quite large though, and if you were short on time, this is not a must-see for your visit. But if you appreciate nature and have some time to kill, I thoroughly recommend it. The Japanese garden. It's very zen. Different plant species from around the world. Also some animals like fish and turtles. Here is the koi pond. Just in time to catch a feeding. They are fascinating fish. We chose to be located in Miami Beach for our stay, and here is the hotel where we stayed. Eurostars Winter Haven on Ocean Drive in Miami Beach. The Il Bolognese restaurant operates on the ground floor. That will be your breakfast option if you have breakfast included. This is one of the Art Deco buildings lining Ocean Drive, so great location in South Beach. Room 502 is a beach view double. The Art Deco detailing is really on point in here, not just the building, but the design and furnishings. I really appreciate that attention to detail. The drinks cabinet is very Art Deco. The room comes with a coffee maker and mini fridge. Mini bar with extra charges for those items. Everything at a pretty good standard. Clean and spacious room with enough space for even a longer stay. But what makes this room special is the beach view through this bay window. Head over to the channel for my full review of Eurostars Winter Haven. Here's the sight that's becoming more and more common on the streets of Miami. These self-driving delivery robots. But what about this self-driving car? Waymo is launching in more and more cities every month. Let me know in the comments if you've taken one, or wouldn't like to ever. Drive safe. I think if you only have a short time in Miami, where you choose to stay can make all the difference. Stay in Miami Beach like we did for the close proximity to the beach and the nightlife of Ocean Drive and Espanola Way. But stay downtown if you want close proximity to the airport or the cruise port. You'll find plenty of travel options to reach the other parts of the city no matter which you choose. And don't forget Little Havana. With the food, drinks, colorful murals, and Latin vibe, you definitely want to put Little Havana on your must-visit list while in Miami. Head over to the channel for more travel tips. And please subscribe, if you haven't already, to see where I go next. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok, so don't forget to follow me there too. Bye for now, and see you in the next video.